Hello everybody, welcome to Fire Emblem E3 2023. I am SirNicee, and I'd like to show off Fire Emblem Spectrum. This is a project I've been working on for about a year and a half, 2 years. On and off, progress has been very slow, but very recently, over the past month or so, I've been willing to share this more publicly with people. And yeah, today I'm going to be showing off the first 2 chapters on difficult mode, so yeah, let's just get right into it. Full disclosure, I'm going to be skipping most of the dialogue just to keep the video fairly brief. These are short chapters, but I don't want this to drag on for a full hour. And yeah, let's just get to this, and one of the few dialogues I won't be skipping. The war began not with a bang, but with a whimper. The Republic of Sardon, a small, relatively young nation, saw an invasion slowly creeping from the neighboring kingdom of Davin. Sardon had once been part of Davin's territory until a war 20 years ago. Through a treaty, the small mercantile nation had been granted independence, and said independence was, for all intents and purposes, respected. Now, Davin claims the treaty was faulty and seeks to reclaim its lost land. In territories that are taken over, soldiers are stationed on every street. Dissenters are swiftly detained regardless of the severity of their crime, in one of numerous old forts, such as Fort Payne, the setting of the first 2 chapters. There, a band of rebellious youth plan to cause a commotion, get arrested, then stage a breakout to rile up their Davinian conquerors. These friends would become the catalysts for a major war, one even greater than the war from 20 years prior. And there we go. That is that. Let's skip ahead. Here we go. That's what the barrel looks odd. Maybe there's something hidden inside. For the first 2 chapters, player deaths will not be permanent. Starting on chapter 3, you will be able to play on classic mode. Think of this as a way to ease you into the hack. Yes, enforced casual mode. I'm sorry. Thank you, and have fun. And yeah, that's the start of the chapter, so let's go ahead and let's go over our units real quick. We have Talia, the Lord. Very typical Lance Lord. Overall decent bases. She has patience, shove, all infantry units get shove, and she has access to the convoy. She has an Iron Lance vulnerary. Vulneraries are buffed, as you can see. This is to make up for the fact that you really only have the one healer for most of the early game. And yeah, that's the leadership star right here. Just +5 hit, no avoid. You know, if you're gonna stack avoid, you don't need a million sources. The one skill, maybe support, is enough. You don't need extra avoid. You're fine dodging things already. You have Artie. He's your mage. I'm calling him a micro Jagan because he's slightly over leveled. He's, as you can see, a very typical mage. Speedy-ish, lowish magic, coin flip magic. He has Charm. That's really where his strength lies. Charm is a very, very strong skill, and stacking it with another skill that shows up in a couple chapters, not in this presentation, but trust me, you'll get to it soon after if you play it for yourself. We have Fire, Wind, Vulnerary. Here's Louis. Strong Cav, good strength and skill, middling average speed, middling defenses. HP is okay though. He has even rhythm, decent con, Iron Sword, Lance, sword-focused weapon ranks. Him and this other Cavalier are the only units in the game so far to have an E weapon rank. I don't typically give units E weapon ranks, but this is mostly just, you know, give them something that they're not good at, you know? Beatrice here is the fast Cav, as you can see. Mediocre strength, surprisingly high magic growth for magic swords. She has, yeah, that's a very, very typical speed Cav's growth line. Odd rhythm. She has the one javelin. And yeah, let's just get going. Gonna move Beatrice over here to check out the barrel room. Alright, let's see what's in here. Ah, there we go. Perfect. Here we go. Got a vulnerary. This will be pretty helpful. Just an extra vulnerary to heal off stuff. Let's just, I forgot I set it to automatically do this. Thank goodness. Now we're doing this, may as well show off this other stuff here. Let's do the tactics menu first. First of all. And here you get just a little cutscene showing off, you know, a couple of your units, talking about the map ahead. None of these are super in-depth tactical advices, whatever the plural is. It's just to help someone who is playing the map for the first time, you know, tell them what to expect, where you should go, stuff like that. And yeah, the other thing, the guide. We get primer on mechanics. We got the skill system, as you can probably imagine. We got other quality of life stuff, viewable growths, enemy ranges, weapon triangle is buffed somewhat. Supports build is in FE9. I'm planning on nerfing support growths because I just recently added plans for a good chunk more chapters later down the line. Originally this was built around having 28 chapters, but now that I am able to include more than 50 units, I figure may as well bump up the chapters too. Yeah, we also got the weapon tweaks, almost Thracia trading, not quite. Yeah, let's show off a thing for a country. Republic of Sardon, small city-state, rebellion, independence. Yeah, and the other thing, characters. If you've played Fire Emblem TMGC and other hacks along that line, you'll know that they'll often give characters bios in the guide to replace all the tutorial stuff. Because, like, if you're playing a hack, you know how Fire Emblem works. You're not gonna recommend that, like, even like the Last Promise, you're not gonna play that unless you've already played like all the GBA stuff at least, you know? Yeah, this just tells you a little bit about each character as you get them as they come. Like if a character shows up and they're recruited, you instantly get the bio, all that good stuff. Yeah, and enough delaying, let's just get right into the map. Party's gonna take down this knight. Well, not take him down, but very, very much soften him up. And I think let me see, what's the bulk? Oh, she's actually pretty bulky. May have overbulked her, honestly. Let me see, what's hers? You know what, I think I'll just do this. There we go. I mean, honestly, it's probably fine if your lord's a bit overtuned. Because, like, they're the lord, you have to use them, you know? I'll figure out ways to keep them from becoming absolutely busted later. And let's just see what enemy phase brings. That hurts. But that hurts even more. That also hurts. Well, it would if it hit, but we don't live in that world. Yeah, another thing, this thing is a patch where that basically just removes the random enemy growths on hard mode. So stats are fixed, so you can just do stuff like this, and you will just always be able to do it. It's great. Yeah, thanks to Retina for figuring that out. Go check out Retina's hack too. It should be at this FEE3 too. Let me just check. Let me see. The boss. Okay, the boss should be fine. There we go. The strategy used to be pretty different for this chapter in the very first builds. because this guy used to be a fighter, so he did not have that much range, but because he can move a little further, he's a fair bit more threatening. You kinda just gotta work around him. You may wonder, why did I make him a cav instead of a fighter? Well, basically just I remember getting feedback about this actually, like, why don't we just run actually? We got horses. We could just ride along, get out, it'll be fine. I'm like, I think I got a suggestion like, why not make the enemy's horses too? It was either I thought of that or it was a suggestion. I think it was a suggestion. Just taking a wild guess and saying that I did not come up with that on my own. Yeah, this hurts. Thank goodness Artie's fast enough to not get doubled. And here's some reinforcements. Don't worry, you won't get a mini cutscene every time reinforcements show up. I'm not that mean. The Beatrice can finish this guy off, sure. Louis, you can stand right here. Yeah, you can heal just in case. Louis gonna take a hit. Gonna hurt. But this is gonna hurt even more. Actually, no, it is not. Oh, she's gonna double, actually. That's not what I wanted, but okay. Yeah, she might need a nerf, actually. Not a super big nerf, mind you. Because, like, last time I nerfed her, she was completely useless. But, you know, just something. Okay, how do I go about this? Yeah, this is probably the best it's gonna be. There we go, he's down. Now we just have to worry about the boss. I'm gonna jump ahead to another turn. Okay. Let me see, you move out of the way. Gonna heal. And that's the end of that turn, so let's just jump right into the enemy phase. Yep, that hurts. And that's a level. Let's see what she gets. Oh, that is good actually. That is really good. Okay, let's see what damage Beatrice does. Okay, if I move Louis over here. Here we go. And that's that. That is a very Beatrice level, actually, here. I think everyone's just trying to be funny today. Yeah, thanks to Charm, Beatrice will be able to finish this off just fine. And yeah, that's the first chapter done. When this level up finishes, I'm gonna skip the end cutscene and go straight into chapter 2. Little strength level up, that's very good, actually. And there we go. And here we are with Chapter 2, Dawn of Insurrection. Nothing too crazy going on, this is just the conclusion of the Prison Break arc. We got a crowd of 4 over here. It's a mess, and let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn animations off for the second chapter. You don't really need to see all these extra animations. I mean, you've seen the soldiers, you've seen basically everything relevant here besides, like, the fighters. And that's just the Tellius fighters. Shaman, just normal shaman. Cavalier, just normal salvaged cavalier. You're not getting anything new if I turn animations on, so let's just get through this. Toughen this guy up. Over here, let's go ahead and do this talk conversation. Every chapter has at least one of these from chapter 2 on. Let's go ahead and do this. We're gonna have this little conversation. I'll skim through it just to give the little context for what's about to happen. It's a fun thing. A combat technique that doesn't kill. Does that sound familiar to anyone? Gonna get through this, and finally, got a mercy. This is a skill scroll. Yeah, you may have seen these in a few hacks. These originate from I want to say they were originally in FE5, the concepts, but most people probably know them from the Tellius games. And yeah, they're here because there's a builder patch. It's crazy. Yeah, if you're using FE Builder like me, usually you have to wait for crazy stuff like this to get a patch, so I'm just glad that this is actually a thing. I'm not gonna use this on Beatrice, it's just to show off that it's a thing. I'll probably teach it to Artie though, that might be useful. Yeah, let's go ahead and get through this. Let me guess, yeah, she doubles just fine. Thankfully she doesn't kill. I think I want Louis to take this kill, actually. Yeah, there we go. Louis over here with the considerably worse combat. That was not intentional. Let's go over Laura real quick before I finish the turn. Very typical healer stats. She has camaraderie. Her growths are probably overtuned. It's probably something I need to nerf. 40 speed, 40 defense, 60 magic. Yeah, I don't think she needs those good of stats. Yeah, balancing units has been a pain for me from the very start. I remember when I first dropped the patch, I got feedback from someone who's like, "Hey, I played the hack. It's pretty good. One big issue though, every unit feels exactly the same." So, you know, I asked someone else, like, "Do you feel this way?" And they're like, yeah, that seems about right. So it's just been a constant match to figure out how to actually balance everyone to, you know, make everyone feel unique without feeling overpowered or underpowered. And as you can see, it's been a little bit of an effort. It might be a while before I get around to changing things again. I do want to work on maps first, dialogue, stuff like that, but I'll get to it at some point, I promise. And that's the turn up. Beatrice should be able to finish this guy off. That way, Artie can kill the archer. Archer's got a longbow, for the record. Yeah, this is just so, you know, from the very early builds of this chapter specifically, I wanted to have a little room with an archer or two in it. I just thought it'd be funny to have an archer box. And, yeah, making it smaller meant the layout kind of makes it so you could just walk around it. Normally you could just avoid it, but giving the archer the longbow means you kind of can't ignore him anymore. Yeah, we're gonna move Louis over here to kill this guy. Yeah, that's a 2-hit kill. That's not a problem. Here we go. This is our final new unit of the video. We have Dwight, the funny, generic ROM hack soldier who I've had the most trouble balancing out of anyone. Not because he's too strong, but because he's too bland and generic. And he's like your 4th lance user. And, you know, your 5th lance user's a flyer too, so that doesn't help. So what did I do to try to make him interesting? I'd like to credit Pushwall for this idea, actually. You may notice the +10. The +10 luck was not my idea. This is based on FE5 Brave Spears. Yes, chivalry. Strength and skill focus. Very strong. More interesting is his personal weapon, the Simple Spear. This was originally just like an in-between between iron and steel. Like, nearly steel might without the steel weight or accuracy issues, but now it's a brave weapon. Not a lot of uses on this brave weapon. Mostly so you don't just, like, super rely on it. But yeah, now you just have a brave weapon that you can use. And this should help make up for the fact that his speed is really, really mediocre. Let's see. What do I want to do here? I think I want to have already soften this guy up. May as well. Beatrice can finish this off, no problem. There's another level. What does she get? Skill, speed, defense. Pretty good, actually. Yeah, can take that. Laura, you move here. Yeah, just take that kill. And we're gonna do another talk. Pay attention to our stats right now. You'll see why in a moment. Gonna have our little chat. Hello, you the healer? Just a little conversation between a noble and a commoner, just getting along, you know, becoming quick friends. It's a nice, wholesome little conversation. Conversations like these are sort of why I love Fire Emblem, because, like, you just have these random units who have no right to know each other, but they get to know each other, they get to be friends, it's sweet, it's cute, you know? And sometimes you get little bonuses out of it, like that +2 luck bonus. Yeah, now her luck base is pretty absurd. Not Dwight with a simple spear absurd, but close. Yeah, let's finish this turn so I don't let's see the range. You sit here so the cav doesn't kill you. Oh, that's rough. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Dwight should be able to do this, and Talia should be able to get the kill just fine. Yeah, there we go. How do, yeah, this is fine. You may see the little white bubble. He has got a horse slayer. So, you can't just throw your calves at him. He also originally had counter magic to make fighting him with already, you know, not super safe either, but turns out counter magic is a little buggy in this version of skill systems. I am not sure if it's really worth the trouble of fixing or updating to like a build file version, but it's just a thing. He's got Intimidate now. -10 avoid to all enemies within 2 tiles. Just a little thing to make, you know, dodging him not really a possibility. Gotta just move everyone in regardless, so we could just do this, and that's the end of that. And since we're at the end of the chapter, I may as well just talk about a few minor things. The design philosophy on this is not a super deep, in-depth hack. Not a lot of super crazy mechanics either. I mostly just wanted something more vanilla-ish, which may seem really boring, but honestly, simple hacks have always been my favorites. They've always, made me feel warm and fuzzy. That's probably also the reason for the old mediocre gross and stuff. It was very much a safety thing, but thankfully now I'm able to reckon with that and hopefully make this hack a lot more fun. For now, I am just gonna go ahead and finish this. And yeah, the fact that I'm actually working on this at all is honestly pretty crazy when I think about it, because this was originally a fan fiction that I was working on when I was like 13 years old. I'm 23 now. These characters have stuck with me for that long. It is genuinely really absurd. And I would not be able to do it without stuff like FE Builder, making the hacking process super easy, the hacking repo super accessible. And honestly, I gotta just thank the community members and stuff like that for maintaining all that, making all this possible. Just sort of been like, man, it's crazy. I'm sorry for going off track with this. Just want to get this out of the way before the video ends, Yeah, just gotta go ahead and finish this. And this should be the chapter. There we go. Now the chapter's over. Gonna do some... Got one more little text box to read, and then I'm gonna do some final thank yous, and then end the video with that. Let's see what this level is. You know what? I'll take it. Got a javelin. Don't need another javelin, but sure. The group soon rode off to the countryside near Davin's border. The older couple were more than happy to give the group lodging. Remember the older couple from the beginning? After all they'd gone through to rescue them. And so days in hiding passed, soon nearing weeks. The group had assumed that perhaps now they could see peace. Of course, it never quite works out that way, does it? Got the 2,000 gold, the Lord weapon, and there we go, that's the end of that. Again, want to thank the people behind the asset repo, the people who have submitted to it, the numerous people who have submitted portraits, animations, and stuff to the repo. Because, like, every animation you saw, I didn't make that. Every portrait you saw, I only made 2 of those. I don't think I'd be able to do this if it weren't for that. I also wanna give a special shout out to 7743 for the development on FE Builder, the tool that was used to make this. It is probably the most accessible and easy to use ROM hacking tool I have ever seen. Yeah, if you want to get into FE hacking, you're just watching this because you got recommended or something. That's what I would recommend you do. Just use that program, use that repository, check out some other hacks too, why don't you? And yeah, that's the end of that. Thank you for watching, have a great FE3, and I hope to see you in the project thread.